Today on Work With Me, we got a new project, 1602 Sutton Avenue in Maryland. This project is complicated because it's in PG County. It will require many steps and it can take up to 2 years to complete. The reason being is because it is over 5,000 square feet and it requires an NRI. PG County has multi-steps. You need to do a concept, deep high concept, deep high final, deep high soils, deep high final. NRI needs to be completed before all those are even submitted. It's going to be approved, but it has to be submitted. The floodplain review has to be done. A DNR, which is looking at the endangered species in the area, has to be completed. A lot of different things need to be done in PG County versus many other jurisdictions in the surrounding area. So, engineer something. So this project took us about a good 2 hours to do. We already requested a lot of preliminary information, like the floodplain review was already completed. The specials exempt species required was completed. Fish and wildlife was already completed. One other item was also completed in order to include that information in the submission along with the NRI. We've already worked with this client before, so we trusted that they would be good to go with the submission. But we were up to negotiations up until last week. Here we're opening up PG Atlas and we're using it so that we can gather all of the additional information that you'll see later that's all over the NRI and putting it into the onto the plan sheet and onto the checklists and there's a lot of places that they have to go onto. Here I'm updating the border. For the NRI, I like to have a vertical border. I don't know why. I don't know if they like it, but I know I like it. Only for NRI though. Here, for ease of looking at the plans, I rotated the plan view from this way to, how you'll see, I measured it 35 degrees. I then add, where is it? Yeah, I added some significant figures so I can really get a little bit more accurate. And you'll see here that I've completely rotated it and had the bottom straight. So, and then I'll also rotate the, I forgot what this is called. The scroll? Snapping. So that it is also aligned with the plan view. Now I'm going to be organizing the plan sheet so that everything flows better and it's easy to read, and so that it's also a trusted plan. You don't want a clustered plan that's where everything's just hard to find. Here, one of the questions is the basal area or the amount of woodlands that we're removing from the site. The actual site is what's in the property line. So we're only removing the trees. I'm going to go back and remove that. The only trees that's within the property line that we are actually going to be counting. Trees outside, we most likely aren't going to be removing them and just going to be trying to preserve them. All this information, like I said, we do have a template, or we just use a previous project. And then we're going back and updating each line by line, because a lot of items may have changed. A lot of even here it says Comar 26.08, that law may have changed since then. So we have to update everything line by line. Here the soils table we're updating. There's only one soil type on this site, which we learned from PG Atlas and NRCS, and we confirm with NRCS soil survey. All the trees I noticed on the site are smaller trees. There are no specimen trees even within 100 feet of the site. So this would be updated and to say that there are no specimen trees. Specimen trees are trees that are over 35 inch diameter in PG County. No specimen trees on the property. Here I'm just making sure to add my credentials onto the site. The average diameter of the breast of the height of trees average diameter at breast height of trees. This is just on the trees on the site. So measuring all of them that's actually on the site and then divided them by the number of trees as approximately what we get. So there's a lot of small trees on the site. We're also updating the zoning, aviation based off of PG Atlas. Love that site. Here we're checking the items that we've completed against the checklist, filling out the checklist and comparing the items completed. So here, label as natural resource inventory plan, that's been done. As a vicinity map, that's right there. a plan showing entire legal boundaries. We have entire legal boundaries shown, making sure that we have our legend shown. That was something that we just saw on the checklist, and now that we making sure that we include that on the plan. It's a good thing that we make sure we double check. The general information table is shown. We do have that there. North arrow shown. That's on the checklist item. So making sure we have all the items shown. Then at one of these environmental features, which are nowhere in sight. There's no streams. There's no buffers. There's no primary management area. There's no 100 floodplain. That's something that we've confirmed with during our floodplain review cycle. Forest stand deviation. There's no forest in this area, so just a lot of this was not applicable to this site. This is a pretty small site. Again, after we finish completing this is a cute little signature. We're saving that. Forgot to add the, is it gonna pop up or not? Okay, it's already popped up on the different screen. But, so we have forgot to add the line weight so that we can print and black and whites. I have to do the application, again, using PG Atlas. And now we're just gathering all information. Like here is the DNR, which is for the endangered species. We're putting all of it in a folder so we can submit them all within the email. So here's the email that we're writing out. I find out actually after I send this email the next day that they are no longer accepting email applications, and now you have to submit on a website. I submitted it the next day. I got a confirmation, so c'est la vie. But now that we are a little bit ahead, we submitted this. We're going to wait a week or two, and we're going to start putting together the concept plan. We have a new engineer starting, and I believe I will give her the task of putting together this plan. Yeah, I'll give her the task of putting together this project. So like I said, we got the project submitted, and after another 2 weeks, we will be, I guess next week we will be starting putting together the plans for the concept review and for the boat concept. We have the engineer starting next week, and I'll be assigning her to be putting together those plans, and I'll of course be assisting her. So like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.